What is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So today, from the title of this video, I will be doing a 3-month review of my head unit on my Mitsubishi Lancer. I know a lot of you guys have been watching some of the install videos of this car over the years, and one of the popular videos where I get a lot of questions is my head unit in the interior. Okay, so we're in the interior right now. This is my head unit on my Mitsubishi Lancer show build. And if you guys are wondering what head units this is from Xtrons. I can't say highly enough how much I love this head unit. I have gone through 3 different head unit setups on my Mitsubishi Lancers over the years. And if you guys are wondering why so many, so I started off with the OEM one. I'm not going to count that one. I also did have a Rallinspired. So what that means is I started off with your plain Jane basic head unit setup. I upgraded to an Xtrons one on my Rallinspired. And then this is also another Xtrons one with better specs. So a lot of guys, when they're looking at upgrading head units, they might think they're all the same on eBay and Amazon. That is not true. And I say that because even though they might look similar, they are pretty different in terms of specifications. So when I first started out, I got something the most basic. I was on a budget, so I got something with entry-level specs. So I believe was like a 16 gig RAM and a 1 gig ROM. So what that means is slow processor, runs slow, does the job, don't get me wrong. If you're just trying to connect to Bluetooth, play your music, no problem at all. But if you're trying to connect to like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, with the slower processor, it's going to be a little bit laggy, slightly slower on startup. And then I upgraded to the Xtrons one. I actually did have a different head unit on my Civic Si, which was like a 2 gig plus 32 gig RAM. And then I upgraded to the 4 gig ROM and 64 gig RAM. So it's kind of like double the storage and double the processor speed each time. This one is the highest spec, and yeah, startup time works flawlessly. Let's go ahead and put the car on accessory mode and show you guys. So I'm not going to start it up, I'm just going to turn it to accessory mode. Xtrons. It has been a while since I driven the car or started up the car. It doesn't do this on every single startup, but again, I haven't had the car running for quite a while. So this boot up is your very first boot up. I might have disconnected the battery, that's why it's taking a little longer. Okay, so here it is, all booted up. So few common questions I like to address. First one is, how do you connect this head unit to your steering wheel? In my case, I have an aftermarket steering wheel. If you still have the original steering wheel with your volume up, volume down buttons, this does work. But you do have to have it relearned. So settings, go to settings. There are quite a few options here. Car infotainment, memory, system, languages. Usually there is a screen where it says steering wheel control, so I'm trying to find it. So in this case, SWC, you can see a little steering wheel logo. Click on that, and steering wheel. So what you have to do, again, in my case, I don't have the OEM steering wheel, but what you want to do is you want to have the head unit relearn which control is which. So you can click on like your volume up, right? So right now it is blinking. While it's blinking, you want to go ahead and pair it to your volume up on the car. So you're going to press on it, and then volume down, you have your skip, you have your mode, back, answer your phone calls and hang up your calls, fast forward, play. So you have to relearn it. So that's one of the most common questions I get asked. I have a head unit now, why doesn't my steering wheel controls work? It does work, you just have to relearn and pair it. Again, go to settings, find your steering wheel controls and pair it. Pretty simple. So the next thing is your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So I have a Google phone, which means I have Android Auto, and it works just the same for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Some head units you do have to plug in your wire. In my case, it is wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So all you have to do is go on your phone, connect it to Bluetooth. Go ahead and select Bluetooth, switch it on. Bluetooth is on. Connected to Xtrons is active. So now that it's already connected, you can go ahead and fire it up on your head unit. So to fire it up, I'm going to click on this. It's connecting, and this does have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which I love. So Google Maps does work flawlessly. I have not plugged in my phone to anything. Again, some head units you have to plug it in. In my case, I don't. The very cool thing is I can just go on my phone, pretty much plug in where I want to go on my GPS, and it just relays it over to this wirelessly through Bluetooth, which is super awesome. While you're having the map, you can also have your Spotify. So I like to listen to music on Spotify. Great sound quality. So great sound quality on the music through Spotify. Obviously you can make calls, you can go to your texts. You can also ask Google. So you say, hey Google, go to work.
Alright, work.
And then you can just click on it, almost like a phone, your messenger. You can download apps on it. I just think it's super cool. It's pretty much like a tablet, like an iPad, which I think is super awesome. Maps, Spotify, you know, your apps work flawlessly on this thing. Whenever I'm driving, you know, you don't want to be texting, but if a message comes in, I can just use Google and say, hey Google, reply blah 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 back to my wife, for example. So really easy, very user friendly. I love it. It's so cool to use. And then if I want to exit Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, this is back to the head unit itself. We are no longer the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It does have its own inbuilt navigation, which means even if I don't have my phone connected, I can still use navigation because we have that little GPS dongle over there. It does work a little bit slower, but pretty good. So yeah, it does work, but like I said, it's a little bit slow. If you're going to use it without Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, I'll use your phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Obviously, without Android Auto, without Spotify, you can still pair it to like your... Well, I don't have any downloaded audio files, but you can use your Bluetooth to play music through here. Obviously, you have your radio. There are just so many different settings. And if for whatever reason I don't want to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can use your Bluetooth to connect to music and just play it the same way. So this is just through Bluetooth, not Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And then you could just cycle around to dialing phone numbers. It's just such a user-friendly screen. I think it fits flawlessly. Mine is a 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer, but the design, you can use your OEM AC vents. Everything fits just fine, nice and flush. If you want to change the theme, you can also like download different wallpapers, upload your own wallpaper if you like to. I haven't really messed around too much with the wallpapers, but there's a lot of different options you can play around with. And then on this screen, you can also swipe your navigation, your radio, you have your Google Chrome, car info, music, YouTube. There's just like so many stuff you can do. You can check your torque. And again, this is not even Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. These are all already downloaded in this head unit itself. So among all the head units I've had, this is my third one on this car. I've had so many different head units on different cars over the years. This Xtrons one is my favorite, and I'm saying that because I don't have to connect the wire. So it's wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I think that is very, very helpful. I personally don't like too many wires dangling. I can just connect to Bluetooth, keep my phone in my pocket, and this is playing. I don't have to leave my phone here or in the cup holders or anything. So I think that's really handy. Also, the boot up time is really fast. Google Maps is so efficient. You know, I really like having a head unit Google Maps, because to me, two big things when it comes to the screen. Number one, my music, right? I can connect to Spotify, I can play my music. Number two, my Google Maps. When I'm driving to a location that I don't know how to get to, where there's a road trip, I need to look at my Google Maps. So instead of just keep referring to my phone or having my phone here on a phone mount, having the maps on the screen is just so much easier to see. So that's another reason I love this screen. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this screen is a good upgrade, or you guys like the OEM setup? Like I said, it's just so user-friendly. Another reason why I really like this Xtron screen is, like I said, if someone's texting me, it's hands-free. So I can just open up text, I can just reply by talking to it. I can just say, text, you know, wifey, and then I can just tell it what to say. And pretty much whenever she texts me back, I can just open it up, respond the same way, send it off without even touching my phone or typing on the screen, which is really nice. So there you have it, my 3-month review. I am very happy with it. I am excited to pretty much use this. Probably make a longer term review video for you guys. Like I said, I have no doubt this thing is gonna last me for years to come. I love it, and if Xtrons makes it for other cars, I'll be happy to rock the head units as well. Currently on my S2000, we still have the single DIN. My RCF also badly needs a head unit upgrade. Even though my Lexus RCF is a 2017 car, it's pretty new. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so I'm still using the factory navigation, but I just love the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay upgrade. So hopefully one day we can get an Xtrons unit inside my other cars as well. So hope you guys liked that review video on my Xtrons head unit. It is just a game changer. If anyone, you're contemplating on whether I should upgrade my head unit or not, once you upgrade it, you're not gonna look back. The only time that I heard people complain is if they buy something that's really cheap, like the 1 gig RAM, 16 gig RAM and 1 gig ROM, which is the slower processor speed. Sure, those are cheap, $100, $200, but they are slow, they don't work that well. Personally, I would just spend the money once buying a nicer head unit for about $400 or $500, and runs fast, you don't have to wear it for years, and that's just me. I don't want to keep upgrading it whenever it's laggy or slow. So hope you guys like it. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. If you guys want to buy your Xtrons head unit, they do make it for a bunch of different cars, whether it's for the Mitsubishi Lancer platform or other cars. So you can find them on Amazon, you can find them on their website. Make sure to check them out. Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys in the next video.